thought I'd make a video. I don't really like making videos at 3:05 in the afternoon on April the 19th because, as you know, if you've listened to my videos, that my wife's a night nurse. So she sleeps during the day, and I'm always thinking that she says she's laying there thinking, why is Johnny talking to himself? But I wanted to make a video because there's some things on my mind about BookTube and making videos that I struggle with. And one thing is that, as I've mentioned, that I look at my videos in BookTube as extension of my online diaries and my own personal diary. Like today, I'm on April the 19th, 2016, on page 333. So, and even in the past, when I was, even when I was going to school, college, and seminary, when I was preaching, when I was teaching the Bible, I always wrote it all out in my diary. I mean, every time when I was going to school, college, and seminary, I wrote everything out that I was studying in diary form. Even when I was preaching, when I worked on sermons, I did it in diary form. Because that's how I think. Since I've been keeping a diary since, I was 17, 18 years old, I can't separate the two. So the problem I'm having is how to make book reviews, BookTube videos that fit with my diary. Because I'm finding that a lot of things I want to say in my BookTube, I don't know how to say because I don't know how to say it unless it's in my diary. So I know it might be kind of confusing because I'm primarily, I think as a diarist, I think as a writer of a diary, and so I'm not really, I can't separate the two. So, because so much you can't say in a video in 7-8 minutes, even 25 minutes, even an hour, and I don't like making long videos because I don't think I'm that interesting. So, but I started making videos in BookTube because there was nobody my age, I'm 63 years old, and I haven't found anybody who reads the kind of, well, I have found more as I get into BookTube, people who read my books, the kind of books that I would like to read. And I wanted to present what a Christian bookworm reads. I mean, I haven't come across anybody who, in BookTube, who professes to be a Bible-believing Christian who's a bookworm. I mean, I read Pear's Vagabond, but I read other things. I read Christian books. But I try to keep a balance. I'm in this world, but not of this world as a Christian. So, but I've always loved books, loved literature, loved art, music, history, and I like reading avant-garde literature. I like reading beat literature. I like studying art history, impressionistic, surrealism, Picasso, all that stuff. And as I was mentioning, the Paris Vagabond, Jean-Paul Sartre, as I mentioned, there's other books that come to my mind, and this is another one. It's by Charles Baudelaire. It's called The Parisian Prowler, which was translated out of French by Edward K. Kaplan. And I was going to bring out, there's a whole tradition in French literature of the Voré, the fureur, where it's the idea of the wanderer, the one who wanders throughout the city and who writes or gets all these impressions, like going back to impressionistic painting. But I wanted to go more into that. I copied a bunch of stuff off the internet on Baudelaire and modernity, and Baudelaire, the painter of the modern life. He wrote an essay, Baudelaire, called The Painter of the Modern Life, and I want to mention that when I discuss more the Paris Vagabond. It's really important, if you're going to understand Paris Vagabond, to read Baudelaire, read the Parisian Prowler, and read his essay here. Here's another, the essay here. He wrote an essay called The Painter of the Modern Life. Those are important to read in understanding the historical context of the Paris Vagabond. So it's kind of like, well, how do you incorporate all these things into my diary and then I can present them into a video? I find it very difficult. Like, I've been reading this afternoon this book here, Modern Times and Modern Places, How Life and Art Were Transformed in the Century of Revolution, Innovation, and Radical Change by Peter Conrad. He has a chapter here called The Mysteries of Paris, which gives you background into these books and what was going on in Paris as far as literature and art and music and the rise of modernism and all those things, and how they obviously were known by this guy who wrote this book, Paris Vagabond. So how you incorporate all these many ideas and thoughts into a video that makes sense, I have no idea. I kind of think intuitively. I'm not good at analytical thinking. I'm not good at presenting myself in a coherent way. I kind of just go all over the place. Whereas if I'm writing down, there is some kind of coherence, there's some kind of structure. But I don't know how to do that in a video in 7-8 minutes. So I just wanted to share those thoughts this afternoon, and hopefully I'll get more on Paris Vagabond in Paris, The Mysteries of Paris, and The Parisian Prowler by Baudelaire. So I just want to share those thoughts this afternoon, and until next time, bye.